Good morning everyone and welcome back to the Two-Headed Wolf gaming channel as we're continuing our campaign through Terra Invicta, being the servants, being on the side of the aliens, or at least trying to figure out how that works. And we're gonna do it together. Let's get this party on the road. We managed to detain the agent who put a crackdown on one of our regions in Indonesia. He is not the greatest of agents, to be honest, but we might just take him out. He seems to have great loyalty and the ability to do a lot, plus extra organizations. We have nothing, we don't have the resources necessary to stop fires. Just so you know, early on in the game there's plenty of resources that you will be missing. Do not worry about it, just play along.
I will report
there
when
will
my
be a
mission
day
is
when you'll be able to do a lot of things.
We've moved the needle.
Okay. We're getting closer to researching Outpost Core, which means that we might be built a base on the moon. We have some control points and some boost. Let's take a look at the US. US is still unconquered, which is great. China is unconquered, which is also great. To get into Russia, we are actually able to do so.
Your orders?
Standing by for orders.
Let's see, can I purge anything here? Not at this time. A coup d'etat, it's not really working. What if I wanted to increase unrest? Yeah, we do not have enough strength for that either. If I wanted to do an action in Russia, there's once again a very low chance, mostly because the size of national economy. Okay. Try to scan Novosibirsk for now. Let's take a look where Indonesia. The agent disappeared. I think they might have just fired him. Yeah, the counselors are unknown. It's either that or someone took him out, but I believe that he just retreated him, fired him. Okay, we'll invest more money into Europe, see if that is an opportunity. Maybe it will going to work at some point. We've balanced some of the popularity out in North Korea, which is very interesting.
What's the op?
In Kazakhstan, our interest defense has disappeared, so we're going to have to spend some influence. Like, I was still trying to get another agent, but we can't really lose some of this territory that we've gained. It's very important for us to start gathering some resources. Even though
our case remains
playing the tutorial, playing as the resistance and playing as the humans fighting the aliens, you kind of get how this goes, right? You're trying to burn the aliens, you're trying to kick them out of Earth, you are working hard on getting technology and getting resources and doing all that. I am not sure exactly what to expect of the servants. Like, how much will it go? Do we have to just buy time and then we'll be able to win, or do we have to spend to have a lot bigger active role in defeating all the other factions? Or what exactly are we doing here? That is my question. Okay, they failed the purge mission in Indonesia, so once again we have an agent here. They really want Indonesia. We could do an investigate. Actually, for the moment, let's just do public campaign. We're gonna go with that.
I will try to sway the public.
At your service.
Ready for orders.
With you, I want to do surveying. And we're gonna try to survey here
Setting a watch.
before investigating.
I'm
See if
here.
we can manage to talk
Standing by.
to the aliens. They've been spending a lot of
We'll
money
make
on
our
public
appeal.
campaigns in Indonesia.
At your service.
Let's try to figure out who is the agent doing the work here.
We'll see what they're up to.
But we've also lost our defense interest in South Korea and Japan, so I guess
Ready
there is
to
a
go.
change of plans around here.
Your orders?
Acknowledged.
Yeah, we're gonna take you, we're gonna defend interest in Japan. Can't lose
Securing our control.
I'm here.
these territories.
Where to?
Yeah, and we'll defend South Korea as well.
Securing our interests.
Sure. That's why we need
Protecting
more
our
agents.
Surveilling target area.
Good.
Protecting
Another
our
alien
interests.
fleet. Okay, we managed to get our outpost. And now we can research something else. Let's see, a supply depot, space dock. Information science lab, interplanetary ships. Sounds pretty good. Or an energy laboratory. Let's do the interplanetary warships, although we won't have resources for a while. Let's take a look at the moon. So Luna over here, we need 9 boost in order to get to space. In order to get to the moon. Okay,
Wrapping up here.
then we're gonna gather 9 boost. They've done another crackdown on the executive.
Public sentiment is increasingly
there.
with us.
We have new reports of returned abductees in Toronto region of Canada. Their relatives say that they are behaving strangely and saying the aliens are peaceful and here to help humanity. Our analysis believe this is the sign of aliens attempting to gain influence by shifting public opinion in the favor of the servants. Really now?
Since humanity's earliest days.
Beautiful. Space mining and refining, I will let them do that research. We don't even bother. We're going to wait for them to complete it, and then we're going to be hopefully setting up a mine until then. Okay. If I take a look at the mission, let's see once again. So perform surveil mission in areas with a suspected alien presence. Send counselor and investigate alien missions when you discover evidence of alien influence on the populace or leaders. Okay, so we're gonna take you and bring you here. Sure.
Headed there now.
Right?
Where
You
to?
went to Canada, right? Yes?
Ready for orders.
Yes.
Where do you need me?
Where do you
Then
need
for
me?
you, I'm gonna keep working on
We
public
must
campaign over
persuade
here.
the people.
Where do you need me?
Can I do a purge on any of these territories? Yes, I could do a purge in South Korea. And we're gonna
Targeting
try
your
it.
position.
Reporting in.
There's not a whole lot more that I want to do. And I don't really want to spend any other resources. Let's try to stabilize Indonesia.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
winning their hearts and minds.
Good, so we're a
Things
good
are
campaign in
stabilizing.
Indonesia. We've stabilized the region a little bit. We now have the ability to go corridor diplomacy. Cooldown on improving relations between nations are reduced by 20% following diplomatic events we initiate, and we get 10 more points if we start doing that. Anti-satellite tests. The United States of America anti-satellite test was carried out despite official protests from North Korea. An obsolete satellite. Okay, so now there's a lot more debris in space in lower Earth orbit. So they don't.
Here's what
They're
we
not
found.
controlled by anyone at
Cleaning
this
things
point.
up.
We have completed a new objective. We have at last been able to meet with some of humans chosen by the emissaries. Contacting them has been difficult. Many unfriendly eyes are upon them, and some have disappeared once again, perhaps for good. We have learned to be extremely cautious upon a first meeting and only later in a more secure location to speak of more sensitive subjects. The chosen are, of course, careful not to give away their emissaries' secrets. They listen but do not speak. Earning their trust and convincing to place us in contact with emissaries will be a long and slow process, but hard as it is, it will be a mere dress rehearsal for the task that lies ahead. Learn the alien ways and set our goals, the path to paradise. Control is the key. The aliens believe that only through control can they find safety. How could they not? Whatever has damaged them so, it has left them drifting, purposeless, and so in their confusion they lash out. To them it must seem that exercising dominance is their one refuge in a frightening and dangerous world. But control can be an illusion. Once something obeys our direction, we come to use it to depend upon it, until eventually all of our choices are shaped by what we persist in believing serve us. Tools are the subtlest traps of all, for they pull our attention outwards away from ourselves. If it is our own desire that are most dangerous of masters, one who holds godlike power in his hands, yet who is unable to resist his baser impulses, is less free than the lowliest servant. I mean, very interesting. Surprisingly interesting at this point.
The opposition remains in power.
Okay.
We'll be ready for new orders
Did they
soon.
defend interests here? Yes. They've done defend interests both in South Korea and in Indonesia. Or in
Standing by.
Indonesia not yet, but I'm guessing that they will. Indonesia under the control of the Protectorate and the United Kingdom have formed an alliance. Okay. It does seem like we have less power right now. However,
Making our
we don't
case.
need to worry too much.
Your orders?
We're playing the long
Ready
game
for
right now.
orders.
Ready for my mission.
Ready to go.
Reporting in.
Let
At
me
your
take
service.
her to surveil this location.
Acknowledged. Initiating recon.
We're gonna
Standing
do some
by.
campaigns in
Making
both
our case.
Australia. And let's take a look at our agents to make sure
Investigating
that their
target.
loyalty is where it needs to be. We are now able to undertake alien operations. We will do that pretty soon.
Surveilling target area.
We have an agent around. South Korea or North Korea is deeply concerned by the United States of America's recent provocation action. Policymakers in North Korea have suggested levying economic sanction against the United States. Impose the sanction, send a sternly word. Sure, Impose economic sanctions on the United States of America.
Person of interest surveilled.
I mean, if we're not gonna be on the side of North
Move
Korea,
the needle.
then what will we
Public
do?
sentiment is increasingly with us.
They don't even bother with us. But there might be an interesting idea, given that I've made some alliances. It might be an interesting idea to have the US attack us, although I'm not sure what to say about victory. Indonesia, under the control of the Protectorate, and Pakistan have formed an alliance. Okay. Okay. So one of the things that we have to do going forward here is
Investigating
basically
alien
doing a lot of
Ready for
popular
orders.
support campaigns. But I'm not going to wildly spend money.
We must persuade the people.
I'm here.
Sorry
What's the
about that. I hit the mic.
Reporting in.
Let's investigate her.
Investigating
Whoever
target.
is here.
At your service.
See what they're about.
I will tell our story.
I have new information.
Okay, let's see. Who is she? Well, we don't know much about her. Margaret Southern, a diplomat.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion
You'd
is
think a
moving in
threat
our
this
direction.
big would finally make us about.
Institutional outreach. Apparently someone took us there from points. Nuclear fission in space. Yeah, we're investing just a little bit. We've invested just a bit too much. And someone else took control. Let's see if we manage to take them. Singapore joined the space
complete.
flight mission, okay. How about we invest less points here? Will we be able to take them? Research. Let's research alien operations. 44. Let's see. I'm trying to see if we are able to control them. Gonna spend some ops here
Eyes on target.
just to figure out who she is.
Ready.
And then we're
Ready.
gonna do a public campaign over here.
We'll make our appeal.
Where to?
We'll do another one in North
I
Korea.
will try to sway the public.
At your service.
And with you. Let's discover a few more agents.
Initiating surveillance.
Or maybe yet.
Where to?
Reporting in.
Ready to go.
Acknowledged.
If I was
What's
to
the
level
op?
them up.
Acknowledged.
-1 income, but +3 to influence. That sounds like a great idea to me as far as an organization goes. I can make you a survivor, increasing your security, or a hard target. Let's do a hard target. Good. For you, Streetwise is interesting. And probably to begin with, becoming streetwise is good. For her, I'm just gonna give more points into administration, trying to get more organizations. With him, we can make him a survivor as well, increasing his security, and give him streetwise. But Puppet Master for the 8 monthly income, control nation and all that. Sounds good. So we've upgraded our agents now. Let's confirm their assignments. We're not producing a whole lot of boost, even though we're investing in it.
Surveillance complete.
We've got some intel on our target.
The people will come to our side.
We hold no sway in their minds.
Let's take a look at our nations. Okay, there's nothing that we can do for now. We are now able to undertake the institutional outreach. An additional 5 organizations become available for acquisition each month. We have aliens in Ukraine. We have new organizations available. The American Mafia. We have a faction from Japan. It's another criminal faction. Hostile takeover. I do like that. Hostile takeover is used to take organizations from the enemy. It's one of those that I really want to have. And I think you need espionage, which means that I will have to remove one of these for now. What do we need here? So for this we need 16 influence, we need 5 ops. Okay, we can wait a bit more. I will give you administration just to assign technologies. Good. As far as research goes, apparently Humanity First is in the lead. The US is still open. They haven't been taken over by anyone at this point. I will do more public campaigns in Indonesia.
I will try to sway the public.
Ready to go.
We'll do more in North Korea.
Where to?
With this target, she's not that great. What are the chances to take her out? Not that big. Hostile takeover, only 18%. It would work better if we can manage to detain her. So let's see. What are the chances? 10%. Not that big. 15%. Okay, so we can't really do this now. Then we'll work on our home turf for a second.
I will try to sway the public.
Ready for orders.
Maybe even investigate one of our own people. Why not?
Eyes on target.
North Korea has lost its defend interest.
Got some intel on our target.
Can we make... Ooh,
Public sentiment
so we
is
have
increasingly with us.
someone already. Project Exodus has entered China. They've
The people
really
will
tried
come to our
rolling
side.
because their popular opinion is not that great.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Can I crack? Let's see if we can break them next turn. I would be
Wrapping up
very
here.
curious to see if we could do that and then infiltrate. Crack down on you. Yeah, very small chance. 0%. It says it's 2. Okay, so yeah, we don't really have control there. And in Indonesia,
Your orders?
we lost our defense, so what I am thinking is that it's best to buy this first and use the next 60. I know we're leaving ourselves open, but I believe that getting another agent at this point is a priority. Control, crackdown, purge, a coup d'etat, so He's a politician. This one is an operative, and he has a lot of abilities. Assault alien asset, investigate alien activity, assault enemy space asset. She could actually be very good. Assassinate, detain counselor. She has a lot of stuff. You know what? I didn't think I would take the operative, but we will bring her in. There we go. She's connected, giving us more influence. She's an enemy of the state in the US. She's a hard target, she's undercover. We could make her a puppet master, streetwise survivor, so her security can go up.
Standing by for orders.
Too bad she's not a criminal and can't get the criminal trait. However, it's gonna be very interesting to see. Like, we could...
Going in hot.
No, we don't want to
go.
attack any alien
At your
asset.
service.
We can protect target, that is protecting one of our counselor or a region against enemy actions. So what do I want to do with her for the moment? Maybe scan around, do some defenses. Let's just scan around these regions.
On Overwatch.
Standing by for orders.
Ready to go.
Campaign in here, sure. Spend some money to do
I
so.
will tell our story.
Standing by for orders.
Do more campaigns in
make our
North Korea. Do some campaigns
Reporting
in
in.
Japan.
We must persuade the people.
Reporting in.
And maybe, just maybe, do some
Targeting their center
crackdowns
of power.
in certain regions.
We cannot just send up a bunch of diggers and hope for the best. Even
Finally, we've got some mining and
Surveilling
refining.
target area.
Bushfires one more time. It's very unfortunate, we're taking a lot of damage from them. In Australia, let's see. Okay, it's still the Academy, the only one that has a colony on the moon.
Prepping for mission.
Let's take a look. Over here in Kazakhstan. It's starting to be a peaceful territory. If I look at boost, we're getting closer and closer to getting 2 points. As far as Japan goes, well, they still have some way away to go. I believe we're spending too much money in all of the areas, but
We're winning their hearts and minds.
nice
We're
and slow
winning
wins the
their
race, I
hearts
would
and
say.
minds.
Okay, we managed to
Them where it
take
hurts. Cleaning
this
things up.
territory.
We've moved the needle.
And I'm just gonna take some territories from them. It doesn't really matter whether we keep them or not. Apparently there's an opening in Malaysia. So we're mostly going to take territories in
op?
order to bother them. Do you defend interest in North Korea?
Securing our interests.
Ready for orders.
We are going
Standing
to
by
do
for
a
orders.
purge over here in Malaysia.
Removing our enemies.
Your orders.
We're gonna do a public
Standing by.
campaign. Invest it here.
We must persuade the
Indonesia.
people.
Ready for my mission.
Ready for my mission.
Where do you need me?
Purge with a 40% chance to do so. I
Ready
think
for
it's
orders.
better to bring her in, right? I do purge with you here. 52% chance, yes. So she's a lot better because her espionage skills are better.
Terminating the opposition.
Where to?
With you... Can we do a crackdown over here? We cannot. Can we do a crackdown anywhere else? There is a chance to do it in Vietnam. Or another thing that we could do is just to acquire some random territories that we abandon afterwards. Let's see, 18%. There's a 28% to get in here. Or the Baltic states. Sure,
Cracking down.
let's have a low chance to get into the Baltic states.
Protecting our interests.
Electronic countermeasures, ECM. Okay, that's another project we can undertake. Our R&D. Okay,
We've moved.
apparently we are not able to take majority
Target
here, so we're gonna
smallest.
stop investing. And we're gonna focus basically on our very own research. Split it evenly.
Our enemies are still in control.
Our people
Okay.
have taken control.
We've managed to take the Pacific states. Shall we keep it for now? No, let's abandon them. The US is still
Ready
well
for my mission.
defended, so they don't need to worry.
Securing our control.
And neither do we.
I'm here.
With the next campaign, we're gonna raise up the stakes here. Let's
Making our
continue
case.
taking majority
Where do you need
in
me?
Indonesia. We still have some influence
Standing by for
to
orders.
do defend interests. And let's do it in
Securing our
Indonesia.
control.
Where to?
With her.
Ready to go.
Purge. Go for it one more time. Humanity First took some of the territory. Northern Balkan states. There's some research there. In Romania as well, we have a bit of research. They really took a lot of the territories here. Shall we get into the neighboring areas? Of China. That actually does not seem like a bad idea. Let's work on Pakistan for a second here.
Targeting the opposition.
Reporting in.
And with you, I guess I'll do another purge. And we'll do on the second point in Pakistan a 24% chance. It's not huge. Or we can do the Himalayan states.
We're taking power.
Protecting our interests.
Making things safe for our people.
Okay. I am thinking that we should start working a bit on getting closer to China. Like take more states
will come
around
to our side.
China and then get into it. They will not be too expensive.
The longer we...
Deep System Skywatch, so they'll be able and will be able to detect aliens further than Saturn or
In
what was the
1954, the Americans built
and fission pile as well. Solid core fission system. Okay. Nothing that
The
we
opposition
need to
remains in
concern
power.
ourselves about. At the end of
Our
the day,
associates are now in charge.
everybody gets the research, so we'll be able to build spaceships, probably, and defend the aliens at some point. Pakistan under the control of the initiative, and Vietnam have entered their alliance. And, okay. Purge, can I get into the top branch? I guess going for the lower branch first is better. And
Ready.
what I will do here is bring her here. No? No.
I'm here.
Apparently she has a better chance. So let's keep working here.
We're taking power.
Reporting in.
I'm here.
We have another organization that gives us administration points, so we'll add those first. Siberian Tigers. But we need China for that. Let's see. So here... Oh, we've missed the opportunity because the resistance got in. But we'll do a
Applying
crackdown.
pressure on their people.
At your service.
Over in Australia we're good, we're set. Indonesia, well, we're not there. We can work more on North Korea. And let's do
Making our
that.
case.
Acknowledged.
What's the op?
For you... What else is near China? Mongolia is one of them. Let's
We'll
do
make our appeal.
a bit of public
Your
campaign
orders.
over there. And can I do some sort of a crackdown or a purge nearby? Getting into India is an interesting idea, but it is a large population, so it's not giving us such a bad chance. I mean, it's a 5% chance. It's, of course, far from being good. But it's not the worst one I've seen. We can do some purge in Myanmar. So let's do that.
Targeting the opposition.
And I am starting to surround China. Which should be very interesting as a future
We're
plan.
winning their hearts and
How
minds.
many points does one slot occupy? 29.31.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
And there's 6 of them.
We've neutralized their key people.
So we would need our entire points just to control China. But they have some boost, they have some good research. You know what? Denmark apparently joined the European Union. That is starting to become a bit scarier. But we're gonna try to break Europe a bit later.
We've removed some threats.
For now, let's see if we can get
The
into
opposition
China. It
remains in power.
seems very interesting as a game plan. Okay. The resistance is sneaking into all of the territories that we want here. Let's see. A crackdown. There's a very low chance that we are able to do that. We need to do some public campaigns here. Let's see, what would it mean at this point to acquire a point in China? It's 0. And we're getting 1.2 because of our neighbors. Okay, still far from enough. Okay, the crackdown has already happened here.
At your service.
Let's take her. Let's look at Vietnam. Let's spend some influence.
Terminating the opposition.
With her, we managed to do the crackdown, or someone else did. We need to spend a bit more influence
Turning
to
up the
try to
heat.
break the resistance there.
Where do you need me?
What's the op?
Do more
We
public
must persuade the people.
campaigns, and I
Ready
feel
for
like
my
we
mission.
should do even more public
I will
campaigns in
try to sway
Mongolia.
the public.
Standing by.
With you, finally, we're gonna do a purge here,
Removing our enemies.
and let's wait for it. Let's see. Japan has deployed the Central Army in Tokyo. Good. We have now one army to use. How many armies do we have in total? Like, we're gonna build a new one in Australia. Our adversaries have conducted a crackdown in Pakistan. Okay.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Neutralize their
We've
key.
conducted the crackdown as well, and we have completed alien operation. Unhelpfully, domestic law enforcement tends to close investigation when apparent abductees return, and thus it has fallen to local operatives to follow up the main rumor of erratic or aberrant behavior amongst the reappeared. Concerningly, their investigation and interviews strongly corroborate these reports and indeed suggest that the true purpose of alien abducting is something other than mere research and experimentation. We do not have some understanding of alien activities and how human may resist them. Sure, let's see the story. We have completed the objective, good. It is clear now that the emissaries have chosen the path of direct control, exercising their power over their chosen directly. Nations are falling before them as those in positions of influence fall one by one under their sway. Some among our species react with fear, others with anger. People and countries are being torn apart as the chosen and their enemies fight over the levers of power. We still have little understanding of how the emissaries control their chosen. The greater danger is that their form of control is so overwhelming, so far superior to our capabilities, that it will leave their servants as nothing but mindless drones. Still, I do not believe this to be the case. The chosen that we have encountered are still recognizably human. Different, yes, but not entirely transformed. If the power they exercise is a matter of loyalty or devotion, then we may yet succeed. So find the alien path and set our goal, path to paradise. So we're still working on this. General objectives, okay, we know about them. Select a new project. We're gonna start on something, but there will be a new project unlocked soon, so let's see. Is there anything here that we care for? Institutional outreach sounds like a good idea. Information science, fission pile, energy lab. Let's start working on this. We are now able to take outpost mining complex. Okay, that is another project that we really need. So making an outpost mining complex is what it will allow us to actually build a mine on the moon or any other planet.
Our enemies are still in control.
We didn't manage to take the
Our
Himalayans from
associates
the
were unable to take
resistance.
control.
Okay, we have control over the army, Pakistan under the control of the protectorates, and the Himalayan states have ended their alliance. So what are we going to do? We're gonna try to purge here again, I guess. But he doesn't have a lot of espionage.
Your orders?
Maybe we will use her here.
Targeting the opposition.
We'll bring
Ready for my mission.
Celia
Ready.
Ready.
on another purge mission. Let's see, over here in Bangladesh. No, let's do the Himalayan states. Let's
Removing
try
our
this once
enemies.
more.
Standing by.
Your orders?
With you,
Standing by.
the cost of doing a public campaign in China doesn't seem that great. So let's
I
continue
will
in
tell our
Mongolia for
story.
now.
Ready to go.
I need some organizations to give to this guy in order to make something of himself. Investigate counselor, surveil location, to investigation. Okay, this is interesting. What do we need for it? 160 influence at this point is not a lot, but let's get the cash. It's easy. I will get survivor for him. And we can work on making more crackdowns, right? We can even take Vietnam. Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan. Everything would bring us closer to China at this point. We have a good
Going
chance of
after
a
their
crackdown in Mongolia.
Ready.
Cool. Let's continue our public campaign
try to
in
sway
North
the public.
Korea. And this will be
No,
our final
that's
turn
dead.
before we call it a
Very
day. Mission to the asteroid apparently is the next thing they want to do. We're getting closer and closer into putting our colony on the moon. If we take a look at all the countries that we control, we don't really have to worry about Singapore, probably.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
I think
Public
abandoning
sentiment is increasingly with
the
us.
countries would be
He
okay
slipped
too.
away from us.
Alien base detected in one of the bases, so the technology to detect them further has been discovered. Deep System Skywatch, and they're working towards electrostatic propulsion. A large typhoon in Tokyo, we do not have enough operation. We're fairly close, but there will be some damage to our armies and the population. We can go with Alien Origin Project, but we'll need to discover the rest of them. Control point lost in Pakistan. Okay, that is
We're in control
fine.
here.
We are in control now.
Purge missions have happened. New Navy launches. Cool. Having navies basically means you can't be blockaded during a war, which is something that can happen. United Kingdom and the Myanmar have ended their alliance. And there we have it. A bit more progress today. We've discovered new technologies, we're getting closer to communicating with the aliens, and hopefully pretty soon we're gonna have a chance to send our forces into China. It might be a lot of work. The Academy has a lot of influence right now, but it's going down. I'm mostly scared of the European Union right now because it seems like they are working towards growing themselves. The US is still unconquered, which is great for us. And the rest of the world is, well, you know about it. Until tomorrow, I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day.